everybody, welcome to my channel. You too can be great. This is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 9 episode 6, You Trippin' review. And child, this is like, I took a trip on the Ratchet Express with this damn episode because there's some bullshit that happened. Even though some of the stuff they did was boring as hell, there were some good points that they made. So let's get into it. So the first scene, we start off where we left off, because y'all know KK was being petty last episode because she was pissed off that Cheyenne's grown ass is on her phone plan and didn't pay her bill for the phone and had the audacity to apparently cuss her out when she was asking her for the money that she was owed. So she feels like Cheyenne is not admitting to the fact that she cussed her out, and that's the reason why KK is reacting the way she's reacting. So she felt like, you know, I'm gonna put your business out there to be petty to see if you're gonna admit to this. It was very calculated and she did it out of spite, but she did throw it out there. She said, Cheyenne, have you told Scrap about Shooter? I swear KK and Cheyenne are related by blood somehow because they both talk alike. They both resemble each other. I fail to, accept the fact that Cheyenne is supposedly Scrap's sister, but from another mother, they got the same father. When I'm looking at this girl, I'm thinking, I'm seeing KK in her face, like the way she acts, the way she talks, how her mannerisms and everything. But Cheyenne is like, I'm going to talk about it when I'm ready. It's my business. But here we go. Scrap is now, he caught the wind of the situation. You know, Scrap's been around Shooter a lot, so he's able to see a lot of the fuckery that Shooter does. So he's like, nah, my interest is peaked. What are you talking about? And K.A. basically lets everybody know in the room that Cheyenne and Shooter have been fucking around. Scrap is now basically inquisitive about the situation. Like, how the hell am I in the dark when you're my sister? You've been around me, and he's the guy I'm supposed to be getting into business with. He can't even tell me the truth that he's screwing my sister. What the hell? Like, that's kind of fugazi for you to be doing some shit like that. So Cheyenne says, well, it's been a lot. We've been kind of doing this prior to you and Shooter meeting each other, Scrap and Shooter, I mean, that she's been fucking around with him for almost 2 years. I'm thinking, how are you messing with somebody for almost 2 years and he still ain't claiming you? What kind of mess does Shooter have in his pee-pee for him to be convincing these women that it's okay for them to be getting treated this way? Sierra done left his ass, and she's barely 30 years old, which I was shocked when she said that, because I thought Sierra was older with all the stuff she done to herself, her body, her face. She looked older than 30, but hell, that's just my opinion. Then we got the next scene. Shakana's now showing up for the ski weekend on her own. She said that she wanted to do this privately. She didn't want to be in the bus with Spice, Bambi, Mimi, and all those other girls. She chose to kind of get there on her own, and she now comes in there with a live attitude, happy that she's there to enjoy her time, wanting to get to know everybody. And Carly Red is not feeling her, and Spice is definitely not feeling her. Spice in her confessional says that the reason why her and Shakana are not straight is because Shakana tends to be one of those friends that says something but doesn't stick up for her own word, like doesn't hold, her word means nothing. I kind of feel the same way that Spice feels, because when you promise me something and you're my friend, I expect you to follow through. And if you're not able to follow through, at least pick up my phone calls. Because Shakana's in the freaking confessional is talking about, I was busy. I know you blew up my phone so much, but I can talk to you. See, I dropped my best friend of 10 years because I felt like she didn't value me as a friend. She would not pick up my calls, and she wouldn't have the decency to call me back. But she knew to call me when she wanted to talk to me about her problems. She knew to call me when she wanted me to go and get stuff for her kids. She knew to call me when she wanted me to come and save her ass when she was out there doing something stupid. She knew to call me when somebody hurt her feelings or her man cheating on her. But when I call you and I need you to be there for me, you either hang up on me, in between tell me your phone is dead, or you do some fuck shit, or you make promises you can't keep. For me, that's a one-sided relationship, and I can't stand people who use people. And it seems like that's how Spice is feeling. That Shakana says a lot of things that she doesn't do, and Spice does what she says and means what she says, and she expects the same in return, and Shakana's not able to do that. Then as they're going through this, we find out that, Bambi, of course, we saw her in the bus. We know she already knows she's pregnant. This scene was scripted. They agree to all have pregnancy tests. I'm thinking, Mimi's like, I'll take one for you. I'm like, Mimi, why? You're dating a girl. Unless you want to tell me that she hit some miracle penis and she somehow is able to impregnate you, your ass shouldn't even taking that damn test. But she decided to do it. We know it's going to come up negative. But then Bambi, she already knew she was pregnant. That was scripted. However, Bambi decided to play a trick on Sierra, and Sierra's pregnancy test came up positive. And I'm thinking, damn, Sierra, it's supposed to be a joke. She didn't know it was a joke. But Sierra's tears, it came from her soul. I swear, she cried like somebody snatched her damn soul. And it shed light into the situation of her relationship with BK. She knows that ain't going nowhere. She knows she's wasting her time. She knows BK is not the type of person she wants to spend the rest of her life with. The fact that she cried this hard, it ain't mine. It's not true. I mean, it was like First of all, her foundation must be cheap because that shit is always running, number one. Number two, the amount of force that came in those tears, it was genuine. She did not want to be pregnant by that man. She told us that she was on the bus. When she was on the bus, that she was celibate, but she just had to sit on it one good time because she couldn't do it no more. But she didn't want to be pregnant by him. Then they show a scene with Bambi switching the pregnancy test, talking about I took one. It said I was positive, but then I took another one. I'm thinking, how? They mentioned that they had 6 pregnancy tests and there were 6 girls. All 6 girls took a pregnancy test. How the hell did the 7 pop up to where Bambi had to take an extra one? These people play us sometimes like we're not even paying attention. Mona, get it right. Because if you're going to play us and set shit up, set it up to where all the clues make sense. Don't do some fuck shit like that that's so noticeably just scripted and have it in our face like we're dumb. Then they tell Sierra they're joking. Sierra now realizes that it was a joke and she sheds her tears and she lets it suck back in. Carly and everybody's laughing at her like I am. Like, damn, girl, is it that serious? If you feel like you would be this much hurt if you were pregnant by this man, BK, when she didn't told us that she's 30 years old and she's been a parent since she was 15 because her daughter is what, 14, 15, the girl that got jumped, beat up by that grown-ass woman last episode. That means that she has been a parent since she was 15 years old. And now that she's with BK, she's not trying to get pregnant again, especially when she knows she may be getting a little bit of a shooter-ish vibe with BK because it's the type of stuff that BK does. She knows she only had the kid by that man. Then we got the next day at the ski trip house. They bring up, they're talking, everybody's going over their relationships and stuff like that. And one of the things they say that got to me is that Carly made a comment saying that Shekinah would be more happy and stay out of people's business if she had a man to keep her busy. And I seem to think that in some situations, like, it's good if somebody has a man because for some of us, it does keep us busy and out of people's business. Or if you have a job that keeps you busy, just have something going in your life that don't make you be such a freaking busybody in everybody else's personal business. However, she kind of lets us know that she has been in relationships, but the last relationship she was in, the man beat her. And he beat her to the extent that she blackened her eye. I think there was like some Instagram posts and some interviews that she did where her eyes showing how swollen it was after he was done hitting her. And he was doing it after he was cheating on her. And so she has such lack of faith in men in general because of how the type of disrespect that we see them display on this shows that we watch, this reality shows that we watch. And some people like us, we think, it's drama, it's entertaining for us, but in real life, if we really meet the type of people who would do that type of shit to people, you are a disgrace to the human race. You are a pathetic excuse for a human being. And the fact that you can sit up there and still look at yourself in the mirror, it's flabbergasting to me because Shekinah, she comes off like a broken person. Like, I don't see her get into a relationship in a long time because she comes off broken. She says that, as women, we're raised to want a man, when we grow up because we're supposed to. Technically, we were made in pairs. Adam and Eve were made in pairs. We're not meant to walk this life alone. But the disgrace that a lot of these black men put us black women through is horrible. But I have to also understand the systemic aspect of it. Because the colonial mindset or the colonization mindset for you to take over an entire race of people, a lot of times they either enslave and then kill the men and they rape the women. So they kind of have this thing where they show a lot of black men on TV disrespecting black women left and right. And then they make black women seem like they're the men's enemy. So we got black men disrespecting us, their own people, and thinking that dating outside of their race is what's going to be good. But then at the same time, all these people who are portraying black men as evil and black people in general as bad, all these other men outside of a race are so quick to go and sleep with black women. They don't want to admit that they want to sleep with us, but they do. So it's like, I have to listen to what she kind of said and I feel her pain. At the same time, I have to understand the mentality of what's going on in this system that is not designed for us to prosper. Then I felt so bad for Spice when Spice said something that also resonated with me when she said that she's a single parent. If anything happens to her, she'll be raising her children on her own. Her children will be orphans or in the system. And a lot of foster care, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that's not good for the kids. And she's absolutely right. These men, it's hard for them to be fathers to kids when they didn't have fathers in their life. And this is like, you find generations of men being raised without fathers. I mean, like their grandfather wasn't around, their grandfather's father wasn't around, or they were in prison half their life. It's crazy how far it's kind of messed up our livelihood, our family lifestyle for African, how we live our lives. It's almost like we expect the black woman to be the strong-minded woman to try and make it for her kids, because either the man's not going to be there, or he's going to be in prison, or he's just going to be out here, or he's going to be dead. Those are your three choices. It's very rare that a black man is in a black woman's life. Now, on the other hand, that I've experienced, there are some black men that do genuinely want to be in their children's lives, but the issue is when they cheat or when they've done something to kind of fuck with the relationship. Yes, it's their fault. The women are in their feelings. And when the man gets over the woman, the only thing they have left to bargain with is the children. So they use the children as pawns and decide to use the children to punish the man. So you got two sides of the coin. You got men who don't want to be a part of their children's life in general and just deadbeats and don't even care. Then you got the men who actually genuinely want to be in their children's life, but the woman is a problem. So it's kind of hard listening to Spice talk about her situation. Listen to Shekinah talking about how she was disrespected. Listen to Carly talking about how she was married, going through IVF, and this man is having some hoe in her bed. Listening to Mimi said that she didn't even start getting child support until Faith had to get into Stevie's life, which made me think, damn, Faith, are you paying for her child support? Or how is Stevie now? Why is it that Stevie chooses now that he's with Faith? Because he don't have kids with Faith, right? He doesn't have any kids. So I don't know whether Faith is the one who convinced him to take on his responsibilities as a man, or whether she's the one fronting up the money. If she's fronting up the money, girl, I'm sorry. No, ma'am. You didn't make those kids. Steve is responsible for that kid. He needs to do right by her. Then we got Bambi, who's happily married to Scrappy. However, we do know that Scrappy, with the whole back and forth with Erica Dixon and her and Bambi, he didn't exactly start off on the up and up. Then we got Jock, who got 10 kids by 11 million women, and is now doesn't want to have a vasectomy because he's considering maybe having kids with Kendra, even though he already has 10. I'm confused about that. That don't make no sense. So I kind of heard what these women said, and they really felt it. It came from their spirit. They've gone through a lot, and these are the women that we're seeing on TV. So a lot of people who don't have common sense are going to watch this and think that this is the way that we're supposed to live. The men can go out there and be players and, sleep with this one and that one and just lie to us left and right, and we're just supposed to take it. And that's just fucked up. It really is. Then you got scene 4. All the men are meeting up at the store. You got Stevie, Shooter, Jock, Scrap, and Scrappy, and Jock is talking to them about potentially having a bachelor party. And y'all know that Kendra is not with the shit. She said no hoes, no strippers, especially with the group of guys that are there. Scrappy's not known to be faithful. Scrappy's not known to be faithful. Stevie J left Mimi for a stripper. No, these are not the men that you want to have strippers around, because they don't know how to actually respect the women. So she said, no, I'm not even fucking with it. Then Scrap decides to check Shooter. He pulls Shooter to the side, and he basically bears his soul. He said, listen, man, for real, we're supposed to be bros. We're supposed to be going into business together. We're making, money for our families, trying to feed our family. You out here screwing my sister, and you didn't have the decency to talk to me about it and let me know this is what you're doing on the side, because I'm here. The way I see it, Scrap knows that Shooter's a hoe. He's seen Shooter in multiple atmospheres, probably flirting with all these different women. And so it's hard for him to look Shooter in the eye, knowing that he's also screwing around on his sister. I was totally on Scrap's side in this one, because Shooter was foul as hell. And when I'm looking at Shooter as Scrap is checking him, this man has it's like he has no soul behind his eyes. Like his spirit is corrupted. I feel like Shooter has a low self-esteem, and that the way that he gets around is by fucking around people, and all attention is not good attention, but so far as he gets some, it doesn't matter. Because even while Scrap is telling him, yo, you really messed up, I'm trying to rethink this business thing because I can't trust you, this fool said, that's how you feel? Yes, that's how I feel. What the hell else am I supposed to feel, you lying motherfucker? I can't. Then the next one, we got the ski trip. Sierra calls Rob, Shooter, and they're talking about their kids. And Sierra says, I love you, Rod. You can tell me I love you too. Now, the last episode prior to this one, they went out to eat before her daughter got beat up, at school. And Sierra's saying to the kids, even though they want us to be back together, you want me to, but that's not going to happen. I feel like Sierra thought that if she left Shooter, Shooter will come running back to her, try to fix his relationship. And she felt like she was going to move on with her life, and BK was her new guy, that she was going to go out there, she was going to see what was out there. And she was hoping to find something better than Shooter. but you attract the type of spirit that you have, and I mean that to my core. You're gonna attract the type of person that you are. If you're the type of person who is sneaky, or type of person who's not, you know, genuine, type of person who's manipulative, type of person who's cruel, it doesn't matter how nice you are to the man. Your spirit is gonna attract which type of person you are. And Sierra, I feel like because she had kids so young at 15, she may not have matured enough to really know what type of person she wants in her life, because she just attracted another shooter in BK. And now that she's going through whatever she's going through with BK, her head might be telling her, man, you know, if this is what all men is like, I might as well should have stayed with Shooter, because I have kids with him, and just kind of dealt with his fuck shit, and we would still be in a family. Because here she is talking about, you know, you can tell me you love me, and that's another way of trying to remain relevant in his heart. Maybe she wants to feel like she's significant. Y'all know people say, you know, I got his babies. You know, what are you? I always got his kids. You know, I got his kids, so you don't mean nothing. That type of mentality. And I feel like Sierra has a lot of growing up to do, because this little game that she's playing, where she wants Shooter to say, I love you back. Shooter's like, you know, I got love for you. Girl, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, because Shooter and me ain't shit. I don't know why these women are chasing after this man. I really don't. I don't know. Maybe he's really that good in bed. I know Monique said Scrap was bombing bed, and, you know, Tiara said he was bombing bed, and Tommy was going after that because he was good in bed. But, I mean, Shooter, damn. I mean, goodness. Then we show the next scene is Kiyomi and Shooter hanging out at the house. Kiyomi's playing housewife to Shooter, and they're talking. And while they're talking, she decided she's gonna make this what I thought was prison spaghetti, because she had all the condiments you find when you're in lockdown. Ketchup, hot sauce, and she put sugar as part of her sauce ingredients when she's making it for the spaghetti. Talking about, I'm from the South. I put my foot in. I said, no, girl, this is what you do when you are in starvation. When somebody done locked you down in a cell and said, hey, you mix a bunch of shit together and make it food. And they'll be sitting there talking about top ramen, and they put hot sauce in it, put ketchup in it, put sugar in it, make this concoction that a pregnant woman will be eating on, talking about this is bomb. That's the type of food that's Kiyomi's out here making. But she's making it for Shooter and Sierra's kids too, talking about she's gonna get close to them through her heart. Get through their heart with using the food, because, you know, a good meal is supposed to soften up people. Here's what got me. Kiyomi and Shooter are having a conversation. Shooter tells Kiyomi that Scrap checked him about him lying to him about him screwing with Cheyenne. And I'm thinking Kiyomi would have, like, you know, she'd be throwing it back, but hey, you know, you told me that you were messing with somebody else, da-da-da-da. But instead, Kiyomi said, you know, we have an open relationship, so you can do whatever you want to do, and I can do whatever I want to do. This STD's not scaring nobody no more. Are we not afraid of HIV? Because it's still deadly. HIV leads to AIDS and leads to death if your body cannot fight, you know, cannot deal with the medication. It's still deadly to people. People die from complications every day. Why are y'all just out here trading fluids like it's cool? Kiyomi's saying it like she's proud that she's doing this. Like, you're just giving him, you know, an okay to go and cheat. Is that supposed to psychologically make you feel better? If you know that he's sleeping with other women, then it makes it all better, right? As opposed to if you told him you guys are supposed to be monogamous and he cheats, then you'll feel bad. Because she's like, I hope you're telling all these girls who I am. If you don't care that much what he's doing, why would he need to tell the girls who you are? It shouldn't matter. Right? So far as it doesn't bring him in your face, he should be able to go and do whatever he wants to do if you really want to be open. Oh, I thought that was a bug. Anyway, she said something that I thought was dumb as hell. They need to know that I'm the main piece, and all these side pieces, it don't matter if you're the main piece and those are side pieces. Y'all both piece of ass, and this man is playing y'all both. What is this sense? I don't understand this logic. I don't know if this is maybe a new thing. I mean, society's changing. I heard somebody the other day say, if you guys haven't had a threesome in your relationship, then you guys are boring. And I'm thinking, damn, is that the new thing? For you to have a third party come into the relationship, that's a requirement for you to not be cool, for you to be cool now? But I don't know if it's a new thing or if it's a Hollywood thing. I don't know. All I know is for her to sit up there and say that and think that she was saying something that was worth a damn was flabbergasting to me. You still look stupid because y'all are sitting up here. This is the man you're chasing, Shooter? That's the man you want so bad that you're okay with sharing him with a multitude of women. It's not like you in a sister-wife type situation where the girls are all together. Y'all know about each other. Y'all are building a family. He's taking care of y'all together. It's like you don't even know who he could be sleeping with, her. You don't know what the girl has been through. You don't know what you don't know, because all these people are sleeping with multiple people, and it's just too much. But they have that scene. Kiyomi says to Shooter, I hope Cheyenne knows about me. Shooter obviously lies, makes it like, we had a thing that was serious, but when she did real estate, when she decided to do real estate, we broke off a little bit, took a break. She came back, and then I had already had feelings for Kiyomi, so we're not that serious. It was just sex for me with Cheyenne. Cheyenne don't know that. Shooter's the only one who knows that it was just sex for him, because Cheyenne is out here telling people that that's her man. She told that to KK. She told it to Scrap. She said it to Jock, and they're all waiting to see her man come in here with, and claim her. She just looks so dumb. Then the next scene, we got Jock's game party, right? And Erica Mena and Safari then migrated from Hollywood to New York, and now they're finally made it their way to Atlanta. We already knew that was going to happen at some point, because it seems like Safari was going to find himself straight into all of these love and hip-hop franchise at some point. That's where he's going to find himself. Now, the baby's going fine. They're still married. They come to see Jock, and then Cheyenne and Scrap had already let Jock know that Cheyenne is with Shooter, and Jock looked shocked, just like Scrap did, because Jock then seen some things that Shooter's been doing. He probably knows that Cheyenne's gonna be pissed off because Shooter's been playing her too, like everybody in the room knows except for her. She looks dumb, just like everybody knows what's going on, the elephant in the room, but you're the one that's out there not knowing what's going on, the kind of man that you with. Then Scrap made sure that Jock didn't mess with Cheyenne. Jock said, I never messed with her, I never touched her. It's the one girl in Atlanta Jock ain't touched, so that's good. Then here comes Shooter and Kiyomi walking in and matching outfits together. Now, Kiyomi's a beautiful girl, not even gonna lie. Cheyenne, to me, is not ugly. She's pretty, too. Okay? If you ask me who's pretty, I'll say Kiyomi. That's just my taste. But Cheyenne has a beautiful face as well. However, Shooter comes walking and he acts brand new. Okay? And Kiyomi, with her condescending self, she's out here flirting with Scrap in front of Shooter, too. Hey, how you doing, baby? And Scrap is like, how you doing? You know that because they have an open relationship. If Kiyomi wanted to get back at Shooter for this whole Cheyenne situation, she'll go and fuck Scrap. And Scrap will say, I did it to get back at you, Shooter, because you lied to me about fucking my sister. And it's just going to be a runaround of just trading fluids like, just nasty. Nasty. So, of course, Cheyenne and Kiyomi are going to face off with each other, right? Because now they're going to all fight for this Shooter. Out of everything, they'll fight with the fight, this rat-looking mother. This is who they are fighting for. The man that Ciara left after giving her 2 kids and cheating on the whole marriage, making her look like an asshole with the other girl. It starts with an M, the skinny girl she was dating from her own shop. He was sleeping with another girl. Now, he's with these 2 girls who are going to fight over Shooter. Shooter enjoys this type of interaction. This is what he wants. He wants 2 beautiful girls fighting over him, and that boosts his ego. Shooter, I don't know what happened to Shooter in his childhood for him to hate black women so much to make him look like a fool, as much as he's making them do. From Ciara to Kiyomi to Cheyenne, they all look dumb tolerating this man. And so here we go. Cheyenne meets Kiyomi, and I felt so bad for Cheyenne. I don't know. I mean, maybe I shouldn't, but I did. Because Kiyomi's condescending, talking to her. You're too pretty to act like this. Shut up. You're doing too much. And then Cheyenne is going to come over here. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. Shooter's standing still. Kiyomi looks at Shooter and says, what are you doing? Shooter said, I'm not going anywhere. And Kiyomi says, that's right. You stay right here. And of course, Cheyenne looks even more dumb because now Shooter confirmed that he's going to stand by Kiyomi no matter what. Kiyomi is going, you don't talk to him alone. We talk to us. We do this together. And at this point, Cheyenne is very hurt. Of course, what she's going to do, instead of directing her anger to Shooter because he caused this disaster that's making him, stroke his manhood for a few seconds, she goes after Kiyomi, and Kiyomi tries to throw a shoe at her. And the episode ends. And they show the next episode is supposed to come back next week. And of course, Scrap is feeling bad for his sister because she's crying, talking about she's hurt. And Scrap is like, no man is worth this. Stop crying, because Scrap already know that Shooter was doing all this. I think that if Cheyenne would have been honest in the first place and told Scrap what was going on, then maybe Scrap would have put her up on game and let her know what Shooter is doing. Because KK tried to warn her, but in a very malicious way because she was angry. That's not the right way to tell somebody that somebody's fucking around on you because you pissed off. That's just childish and petty, and it's not the right way to try, because you're trying to hurt somebody deliberately, and you don't get blessed by hurting somebody that way. Because Cheyenne was balling. She really did like and care for Shooter for him to do this to her on TV, have her look like a mess, and her, just looking dumb. Then We also showed that Kiyomi and her are supposed to meet up at a freaking parking lot or whatever to try and figure shit out. I'm like, Cheyenne, just let this man go. He's not even worth it. You don't even fight for this person, for real. Let him go and fuck up Kiyomi's life, because that's what he's going to do. He's going to fuck up some other girl's life and move the fuck on. Then Erica, Med, and her are going to meet up, and Erica's going to tell her she was so proud of her for how she handled the situation, which I thought was dumb. I don't see how Kiyomi handled herself right in this situation, because she can clearly see that Cheyenne was shocked. The only person who knew what the hell was going on was her and Shooter. And Shooter was not honest with this girl. As a female, you should at least empathize with her, and got mad at Shooter for not being honest like he said he was going to do. Because you asked him, did you tell Cheyenne about me? And he just kind of danced around the question. So you had no sympathy for this woman and how she felt. And y'all end up fighting over somebody that I think is just not even worth it. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and notification bell. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. It was the Ratchet Express. I don't even know. I'm waiting for the rest of the season to see what they're going to do. I don't know why Safari and Eric are even in this season. I don't know what their purpose is other than to show up. I don't see what they can contribute. What drama do you have to bring? You have nothing right now at this point. So, I don't know. Anyway, let me know what y'all think below. Go ahead and check out my other reviews, and you guys have a good evening. Bye.